Gary, Aston Villa in the third round of the Capital One Cup. What was your reaction?
Fantastic, yeah, fantastic for all the people associated with both clubs. I think the fans, the staff, behind the scenes all get excited by that type of game. I think it's the sort of game that you might never be involved in because they don't come along that often. So to be part of that atmosphere and to pit our wits against our local rivals is fantastic, and the fact that we're going so well at the moment in the league as well only adds to the spice of the occasion.
Fans are really looking forward to it. Do you look forward to it as well?
Yeah, I think you do. I think any big game with a great atmosphere, it is always something that you look forward to as staff as well. Being part of a game like that is brilliant. They're the games we enjoy more than any. We've worked hard to get to this point by the two previous results, and we thoroughly deserve our chance. So it's going to be a good game. I think it'll be a very evenly matched game and should make for a brilliant atmosphere.
Do you address local derbies any differently?
No, I don't think so. I think that I think every player has to understand the passion of the occasion. But I think derbies are slightly different to how they once were. Perhaps there will be a little bit blood and thunder, but not quite as blood and thunder as games used to be, because of the nature of the laws of the game. But I still think it'll be a very competitive game. I'm sure both teams will understand the importance of it. I'm sure both teams have managers got difficult decisions because I think that the game is sandwiched in between two tough fixtures for them, and it's exactly the same for us. So there's always that balance as well. But it'll be a good game.
There won't be too much motivation needed, will there? Especially with the atmosphere it's going to generate.
No, that's a great thing about those games. You just literally pick a team, put them on the pitch, and do your work in the week before. And I don't think they're really going to need motivating, because, like you say, the atmosphere self-motivates. And as a player, I think in the weeks leading up, you should be desperate to play well. Of course, we've still got a league that we've got to concentrate fully on. But it's a nice distraction, if you like, and I think it's going to be a really, really great game to be part of.
Talk about the league, and obviously we've got the MK Dons on Saturday. Are you fully prepared for that fixture?
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we've obviously only had two players in the week that started at the weekend, so I think we'll be fully rested and fully focused. Again, I thought it was a very, very positive performance in the week to add to all the ones before. So we're in a good run of form. We've got a good feel around the place with the group and how they've responded in all the games. And I think it's just another game where can we go and build on our newfound away form, if you like, on our overall form and the way we've approached the first few games of the season. We're pleased, but again, it's going to be a tough game against a side that are on a little bit of momentum, having got promoted last season. And we'll certainly have to be at our strongest.
The Birmingham game was postponed, but obviously that gave you a week off. Do you feel the benefit of that?
Well, I think we did at the first parts of the derby game in particular. I think the Gillingham would be slightly different in as much as a lot of those players that have played perhaps haven't had the games before that to be fatigued, really. So yeah, I think the main thing for us is to get to this international break with few injuries, to have good results behind us and to be able to then work them even more. That's the thing for us at this stage of the season. We certainly won't be giving them 2 weeks off, but we've got a difficult game now to navigate, and we've got to get through that. But I think we've come through so far what's been quite a hectic first month.
We're expecting about 4,000 Blues fans taking the trip down to the M1. It must be fantastic to get that support.
That's marvellous. That's one of the highlights so far of my reign as Blues manager is going to some of the away games. The home games have been fantastic, but I think the away games have been just as special. I remember last year away at Fulham, loads and loads of noise. Away at Rotherham, full end. I think most clubs will remark on that the Blues fans away from home are as good as any fans in the division, and that following's really important to us. The lads appreciate it, the lads need it. It makes a massive difference, and I can only say thanks to all those fans that continually keep following us.